Okay,
Yeah.
Michael?
What's your name?
My name's Matthew Muniz.
Now you're it.
Michael, say something. Come on.
He's the one that ate all the food.
He's the one that ate all the food that his brother fixed.
What is your name?
You don't remember your name?
Come on. What is your name?
Michael Muniz. These are my parents, and these are my grandparents.
Teresa and Clemencia. And there's...
I'm Roland Muniz. I am the son of Andres and Clemencia Muniz. I have 3 children. This is the youngest one, Arnold Muniz, and Roland Muniz Jr. and Maricela Muniz. They had to leave to go to San Antonio. I am the brother of Robert Muniz, and we have enjoyed this thing tremendously.
Who's next?
The grandchild that you have.
Oh, always.
To Billy Muniz, and we've had a good time, and the reunion was very, very successful, very, 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 very fun.
Domino, tell us a story.
Okay, I remember one time that that Robert and Nello and myself took Arnold and Nelito Jr. to put a blind at a deer lease. And Nello had made some sandwiches, and when we got there, you know, after we finished putting up the blind, you know, we asked for the sandwiches, and Arnold says, "What sandwiches? We ate them all." You know? I ate them all. He ate them.
Show
Okay.
Arnold.
Who are you?
Was ist los? Ist fressen Sie Deutsch? Ist nichts fressen. Ist fressen Sie Deutsch. Jawohl.
Are you German or what?
Ja.
What's your name?
Ja. My name is Jose Jimenez.
All right, come on, I want you to introduce yourself and your family.
Oh, come on now. Really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Fine. My name is Ofelio Muniz. You want me to look at the camera?
Yeah.
Okay.
Get back though.
My name is Ofelio Muniz, you know. Junior. My father is Ofelio Muniz. All right. What else do you want to know?
Tell me about your family.
Oh, all right. I have 3 boys. My oldest is Ofelio III, Sonny. The second one is Ron. He was here a while ago. And Christopher is my youngest one. And I have a grandson that's 4 years old, and his name is Derek Muniz. Oh, my mother is Teresa Galvan Muniz. My father is Ofelio Muniz. My grandfather was Modesto Muniz. And my grandmother was Petra, Dona Petra Muniz.
Who am I?
Yeah, who are you?
Hey, my name is Roland Muniz, and my dad is Ofelio Muniz. My mom is Elia Muniz. And my grandparents are Ofelio and Teresa.
What do you do for a living?
I'm a student.
Studying
Yeah, I
what?
work at Montgomery Wards. Do that. I work in the men's department, subclubs.
What do you do? What are you studying?
I'm studying music. I'm going towards a degree in music education, and that's what I'm doing over there. In Lake Charles, Louisiana.
Get out of here.
Tell us who you are.
My name is Tilly, and I'm Herman Muniz's wife.
Hello there. Who are you?
I'm Mr. Lozano.
Who are you?
I'm Imelda. Muniz.
Who are your parents? Tell us about yourselves and your family.
What?
Tell us about yourselves and your family.
Well, I've been married to this non-Muniz here for 27 years.
28.
And 28, and my dad and mom, Ofelio and Teresa Muniz.
How many children do you have?
We have 4 children, 2 boys and 2 girls, and 1 grandchild.
Are they around?
Christopher David Muniz,
Who are your parents?
Elia Muniz and Ofelio Muniz Jr.,
How old are you?
13.
All right. Still going to school?
Come on.
I know you're memorizing.
My name is Jesus Muniz. I'm Ofelio and Teresa's son, and I'm the latest of the Muniz's family.
Contribution? You're not the latest.
I'm the latest. And not only, well, on our behalf, right, in our generation, that carries Muniz, right? I have a daughter that was born 8/8/88. I have 2 kids. Well, 3 with this one.
What are their names?
Eric, Michael, and Siobhan. And I'll invite you out of the valley, because when you come to the valley, shit happens, you know?
Tell us a story.
Another one? Not right now.
Yeah, now.
Can't think of
Who are you?
Well, my name is Claudio Muniz Jr. from the Rio Grande Valley, you know.
Tell us about you and your family.
Well, my family is 2 girls and a boy, teachers, educators, my wife, myself, and my high school principal, believe it or not. My wife teaches at American University, PhD, doctor's degree. Miriam is a teacher. Melba, también.
You have a story for us?
Yes, I got a lot of stories for you guys.
Give us
man.
one.
Well, don't tell about you when you were little? Huh? When I used to babysit for you, man? Oh, man. We used to have a store. Your daddy used to have a store and tortillera, other tíos. And you got me in trouble, boy. Many times. But I survived.
All right.
So did you, I guess.
Why did he get you in trouble?
Well, one time we left him out there in front of Mama Pedrita's porch out there, you know, and I was supposed to be taking care of him, you know, and I forgot about him, you know. I was playing marbles or something like that. And he started eating some, I don't know what it was, but I was around him, man. Chinga todo, te comías tú, primo, you know. Mezquites y todo lo que estaba. Canelones, yeah, there you're right.
Cuando llegó mamá que I want you to breathe into my... That's a good story.
Okay.
No, pero eso fue Nelo.
Era tu Nelo, ¿no?
Okay, well, tell us that one.
No, well, we were going to college aquí at Texas Southmost, and Nelo Muniz, Nelo and I, just like brothers, you know, we're everything, you know, we're 1 year apart, you know, and we were going to Texas Southmost College, and one time we got sidetracked. We started going to bar hopping, you know, playing pool and all this stuff, you know. And we got in about 3 o'clock in the morning, you know. Nello was staying outside, out of his home. He had an apartment, you know. And I says, well, I'm gonna spend the night with you. So it's no problem, you know. And there was an army cot, and I was ready going to sleep, you know, when Tia Clemencia came in, knocked on the door.
What time was it in the morning?
About 3 o'clock in the morning, 3:30. And Nello came out here, you know, and says, Mama, what's the problem? He says, where were you? You know, all this stuff. And then he says, nobody listens to me. He started crying, you know, but he was faking it, you know. And she said, you've been drinking? No, Mama, I haven't been drinking. You know, 3 o'clock in the morning, you know. And I says, blow, you know, in other words, blow in my face, you know, see what, you know, yeah, let me smell your breath, you know. And Nello went, you know.
Instead of blowing
I can't smell anything. Then Tia Andres, come out here, you know. Andres, come out here. Smell this guy, see if he was drinking, you know. She hadn't seen me yet, you know. I was on the other side like that, you know. And Tia Andres came out here. A ver, blow. Vieja cabrón, I don't know what's wrong with you. He says, déjalos, you know. And then Tia Clemen saw me. Sonito, what are you doing there? Chingue, estaba yo. And she says, get up. Hey, Tia, calzoncillos, you know, and all this stuff. I don't care, so I have old boys. He says, get up, vámonos para la casa. You know, they've been calling for you and all this stuff. And then Nello started crying. He says, nobody listens to me. Why am I the only one that, you know? Andy comes out here, Andres, and Giofredo comes out here, and nobody asks me any questions. Then I come out here and all this stuff. But man, he made it up. So,
He made a big scene.
yeah, so the only thing I had to do was that I put my own blue jeans, you know, and my tennis shoes or whatever, you know. not only that, I got it at home too, you know, when I got in, about 4 o'clock in the morning.
Well, basically it's true. it did happen that way, except that he kept saying, Tia Clement, I can't get up. I'm in my underwear. I don't care. Get up. I can't, Tia, I can't. He kept saying like that, you know, just, she insisted. Finally he got up, put on his shirt, and he did not go home that night. He went over to Carmen's and Raúl Mendiondo to sleep. He never got home until the next morning. And that's a true story.
Tell him about Robert Muniz and Nelo Muniz Sr. went fishing, weight fishing, with Nelito. And Robert was on one side, and Nelo was on the other side, and Nelito was in the middle. So Robert caught a trout, you know, and put it on the stringer. And, you know, they started, Nelo Jr., Sr. started saying, oiga, compadre, aquí hay tiburón. Aquí no estamos pescando hay tiburón. We've caught tiburones before. And Nelito Jr. was just listening to it. All of a sudden, you know, that stringer, that trout, you know, brushes his leg, you know. Man, he jumped so high, you know, and started running. Tiburón, tiburón!
Walking on water.
Walking on water, yeah.
Yes, it's me again. My father and Herman and I went fishing one time, and my dad got me a fishing rod. And it was one of those cycles, those Seacos, you know, those latest that you would press and throw. Well, I went out there and baited, you know, the line and all that, and I would throw it and go, ooh, boom, boom. And everybody had their rod out there, and everybody was fishing, and I was over here, ew, boom, ew, boom. My dad gets pissed, said, "What a cabrón, chino, you can never do nothing." He gets a deal, and he goes, ew, boom.
Forever and ever, amen.
Who are you?
My name's Roland Vela, and Herman Muniz came over to the house one time. Yeah, it sounds funny. And I was asleep, he woke me up, he needed a ride to his house. And so at that time he was going through some tough times, and he was kind of upset, I guess. And so there was some girl following him. We tried to lose her, right? And we finally did the first time. And so we stopped at a light. And the next thing you know it, I turned around and Herman turns around, looks at the guy in the car, and he gets off the car and he starts hitting him in the face, you know? For no reason. And he comes back in the car. I thought he knew the guy or something. He was going through some trouble, you know, hard times. So I thought maybe it was somebody he hated. And I asked him, well, who was that? He said, I don't know. So then after that, you know, we took off. That girl followed us. And, you know, he told me he'd give me $10 that he never gave me. Still only $10. And, you know, I took off down, you know, about 65, 75. And the girl was behind us. I'm not going to mention any names. And I turned off the lights and I went up a canal bank. Y a ratito, como unos 30 seconds, al caso. After a little while, a ratito para atrás. So, that's it. That's my story.
Te platico la historia de Michael.
Who are you?
Well, that's the question. Who am I? I have no identity. Pero I happen to get tangled. Well, my name is Toby Vela. Listen, but I happened to get tangled up with Michael at the dance last night.
Michael Plyer?
Michael Plyer. And he comes up to me and very seriously he says, I saw you this afternoon and your name tag said Toby Vela. He says, who are you? Leo, which family do you belong to? And I turned around and I said, I belong to the Salvador Vela family. And then he says, okay. So he walks away. About 5 minutes later, he comes back and he says, you're not Vela. I go, yes, I'm Vela. I go, I bet you $5 that I'm Vela. I can prove it to you. He says, no, you're not Vela. I said, I'm the long-lost brother in the family. He said, where do you fit in? I fit in. They say, are you the oldest brother? No, I'm not the oldest brother. I fall in between Alma and the other boys. So he walks away again. He was satisfied, but he was still curious about where I fit in. And then he comes back again. He dice, are you Vela for real? So I said, come on over here, Michael. Let me show you my driver's license. So I flipped out the driver's license and he says Toby Vela. So again, he took off. I mean, he was completely, he just didn't understand. He couldn't fit me in there. So again, he came back and he says, wait a minute. He says, you're in this family? You belong here? And I said, yes, but let me put your mind at ease, Lige. I'm Vela, Lige, but I'm Vela before I married Alma, So I'm Vela Vela.
I'm Virgil Garcia. I'm from Gardner. No. Mi suero me decía, a este lo quiero, mi suero Salvador Vela, decía, a este lo quiero mandar porque está grandote. Dice, I don't know what gave him that idea. I'm a little guy. That's it? Yeah. My wife is Chris. I'm married the prettiest in the family and the smartest.
I'll take exception to that. My wife era la reina de las camelias. That's what my father used to call her.
But let's fight over it. No.
Okay.
Tenemos los dos aquí. Me acuerdo una vez cuando me platica mi papá. I'm a little younger than he is. Pero me platica mi papá que cuando estaba en el Álamo él, well, he used to be a little chunky, when he was in the elementary. And he put on his football uniform and shoulder pads and helmet, and he goes out to his dad and he goes, Dad, how do I look? So he looked like a giant, He said, hijo de la patada, dice su papá, dijo, pareces un monstruo.
I was big at that time.
Hey, but I have to show this guy over here, man. Come here. So I can tell you exactly what's happening, Like I said, Nelo and I we were raised together in a sense, to shine shoes and.
Who's older?
And he is, he looks older. Anyway, everything that Nelo knows, I showed him, everything that full shining shoes, golf too, and everything. Anyway, one time we were at the. Must have been after we got out of service. We went to this dance, and we were not married, Amadita. We were not married. And we went to this dance hall that they call El Patio. And I didn't want this young girl to know who I was. She knew I was a Muniz, but heck, man, we got jillions of them in Harlingen, Anyway, she said, what is your name? And I said, Nelo Muniz. And we dance and we dine and we wine and all that stuff,
And then? All that stuff.
It was on a Saturday. Sunday morning it came about, and there was a telephone call. And at Nelo's house, Tia Cleme answered the call. He says, Nelo Muniz? Yeah, it's Nelo here. And Tia Cleme, knowing Tia Cleme, Nelo answered the phone. And she said, are you Nelo? Yeah, I'm Nelo. Hey, we had a good time last night and all that stuff, really good stuff. And Nelo says, I don't know what you're talking about. And so I says, you guys are the same, you always just, all this and all that stuff, and Nelo didn't know what.
I didn't know, and I kept telling her. I said, "Now look, I'm serious. Last night I don't even know you. What's your name?" She gave me her name. I said, "I'm serious. I don't even remember. I wasn't even drinking last night, so there's no way that I could have forgotten it." And then we kept talking. She says, "Okay." I says, she kept saying that she knew, she understood that this was the same thing. Every guy does the same thing to a young lady, It says, and I should have known you, but I believed you last night. I said, well, you didn't believe me? I didn't have anything to do with it. And then I kept talking, and then all of a sudden it dawned on me. And I said, oh, Claudio, you son of a gun. I mean, you did it to me. And sure enough, he had done it. And I said, well, wait a minute, let me give you a number to call. And you asked for Nelo the second. And you'll get the one you were involved with last night. It wasn't me. And that was for sure, I'm telling you.
Okay, and she called my home, And Claudio answered. My daddy answered. And my daddy said, I don't know what you're talking about. My daddy says, you, Claudio? Yes. Says, you went out last night with me? I said, who? What? That was my daddy, I went to mass.
Sure, he got rid of it through that.
Have a story.
Who are you?
Huh? What about the carrot? Oh, I would like for you to make arrangements with me to return the carrot.
Another story. The turning story is Virgil talked about how he met you.
Huh?
Virgil talked about how he met
No,
you.
I'm going to tell you what he did to me.
Okay, now. Okay, we
When
don't
I
know
first
nothing
met
about it.
Virgil, I'm Chris Vela Garcia, and my husband and I have been married 20 years. My parents are Lupita Vela, Muniz Vela in Salvador, late Salvador Comisindo Vela. And the first day I went to register, I met my husband. He was trying so hard to read my name that he fell off the chair trying to read my name, and he came up to me a few days later and he said, I'm going to marry you. And he did. I didn't know him from Adam.
That easy? I'm going to marry you. Easy.
No, I didn't say yes. I looked at him and I said, what do you think you are? And I just walked away. But he knew what he wanted.
Battery's low, battery's low.
Thank the
Slowly.
Lord.
Battery's low.
Can somebody give me a beer?
Zoom in. My name is Tilly Muniz, and I'm married to Roland Muniz. And he wants me to talk to you about Tio Claudio. Oh, your dad. We go hunting, hunting every season. And one year, Tio Claudio went with us. And we were out on the ranch by my parents' house. And we were all really excited. There was birds flying all over the place. And Tio Claudio went in to hid himself under some trees. And he took a shell out and went to put it in his gun. When he pulled it back, it didn't flip, right? Or something like that, anyway. He caught his hand in between his two fingers and really cut him bad. And he put his beer in his pocket, his shirt pocket, and he continued to shoot. And Herman saw his hand was bleeding, and he told him, well, get over here, let me fix it for you. And so Herman took his beer, and he puts beer on it, and he just shakes it off a little. He says, you're still bleeding a lot, Tio Claudio, let me fix that. So Herman runs over to the truck, and he's looking for a rag or something to wrap around it. He comes back really fast and he starts wrapping his hand, and Tio Claudio says, hey, wait a minute, what is this? And he looks at Herman and says, well, that's all I could find, Tio Chivo. I was Herman, dijo, es un calzoncillo. Digo, to top it all off, it's dirty.
Now.
We were fishing, right? And then Herman gets pissed at Tilly and says, Tilly, you don't know how to fish, go back to the truck. And Tilly wouldn't go, she'd stay there. He said, Tilly, I'm tired, I don't want to talk to you, leave me alone, I'm fishing. So finally, Tilly gets up and takes off to the truck, and after a while, sir, Herman. Said, Tilly, I told you to go back to the truck. I'm fishing, leave me alone. Herman, get it. There's a deer right here. Herman, man, but los ojos weird, And we go out there, and there was a deer, and she was, the deer was licking her. And Herman said, well, man, get it, Tilly, get it, Tilly, Said, well, no, and the deer was there. Herman pulls out his buck knife. He's about from here to the wall, and he goes like that, and it flies about that high over the deer, and it lands in the field. And it's pitch dark. It was about 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning. So I ran out there and I found it, for coincidence. And I gave it back to him, and he done it again. And we never did find it after that, but the deer. And that's a true story, man.
Anyway, any good stories you know?
Oh, maybe that time we caught a big old gar. My name is Jose Francisco Vela, Sr.
Talk a little bit louder.
And I live in 613 North HN. Y el que no le guste, pues ni modo. Okay, my story would be something like we went fishing one time. And we caught this big old gar, about 6'4". And I remember my tío on my dad's side, Tío Walter. He was not too much of a fisherman, but he was there with me. And some of his friends were drinking beer. And at the time I didn't drink beer. And they went out there. They ran out of beer, so they took off to get some beer, right? So we stayed there thinking they're going to come back in 30, 40 minutes. We're out there till about midnight. Nobody shows up, right? And can I say some bad words? Because that's what he said.
Yeah.
He said, it was already about 12 o'clock.
And then we weren't catching nothing. I mean, it was just dead. You know the way it is sometimes when we go fishing?
No, I don't know.
You don't know. And then my tío said, you know, chinga su madre, diablo. You know, because of you, we don't catch anything. And about 2 minutes, the wind just dies down completely, you know. And we're out there, just him and I, nobody else. And then I said, Tío, what did you say? Oh, I didn't say anything. I didn't say anything. Yeah, you said chinga madre el diablo, you know. I don't say bad words, but he did, okay? And then we're out there waiting for something to happen, right? And about five minutes later, the rod started, it's got that click on it where it alarms you when the fish is on. Pop, 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 you know, it started going. Man, I landed a 6'4" gar, okay? And not too many guys know about gar fish, you know? But it was just one of those stories, you know, that my tío is dead now, he's gone, and it happened to us. And about 1:30 and stuff like that, my friends that went fishing with me, they went out there to get the beer, then they got back. And that's one of the little stories. Okay, I'm Frank Villa again. I'm going to imitate Donald Duck, if it's okay with you guys.
Oh boy! My name is Frank Villa, and I know Roland. That's Roland. That's boy. What's boy? Bye-bye.
Hi, I want to tell you a story about a man named Mo. No, my name is John, but I want to tell you about Mo because everybody says, "Hi Mo," or "You look like Mo." I'm getting tired of the name Mo. His real name is Modesto. My dad's name is Modesto. My ex-wife and my daughter live in a town named Modesto in California. I said, but this one's on him. One day this girl called and my daughter answered the phone. And in a sexy voice she says, "Hello, may I speak to Modesto?" And my daughter says, "I'm sorry, this is San Jose," and hung up the phone.
Let me think of a story.
You're on.
Hey, yeah, y'all gonna stay here a little longer?
Yeah, for a little while. We're gonna see if my sister Norma shows up.
Is she coming down?
Yeah. She's coming down. They went into Mexico today. They want to see Mexico because they have to leave tomorrow. So they're going to try to squeeze that in.
Okay, my name is, I go by Sonny Muniz, but my real name is Roland Muniz III, the third to my father and my grandfather. Nice to meet you. And I'm glad to be here. I meet a lot of relatives I haven't seen in a long time. And I'd like to introduce you to my real friend. This is Gabby. Gabby, say hello.
You got any funny stories?
Funny stories. No, mine are pretty serious. So no funny stories here.
Okay.
Right there, I'm Roland Muniz. This is
No, you have to say
introduce you
Geraldo.
to Claudio Muniz III. Tell us about you.
I'm an intern. I'm an intern.
How you going to school or?
I'm
You embarrassed?
He's from the flock of Indians.
You going to school now?
Yeah.
What are you taking?
Anymore.
Bobby.
Not anymore? Alright. Bueno, good to see you again?
Yeah, good to see you.
Alright. Who's this? Oh, we already got him.
We already got him.
Aquí?
Abuelita.
Well, introduce yourself. Come on.
Yo soy Paola Muniz, Nelo's wife. Di la historia de Nelo. A Nelo le pasan muchas
yourself?
cosas. Hi, I'm Lupita Muniz. I'm Robert's wife. Let me see what I can tell you about Robert.
She did a lot of work on the reunion, and we're all very grateful to her.
A lot of people did a lot of work on the reunion. It was wonderful. This guy from California kept calling us and saying, "You working on that reunion?" So we wouldn't forget.
Yeah.
And it was a great one. My dad is
Who are you?
Muniz.
Well, wait a minute. Who are you first?
Eric Muniz.
you have a middle name?
Yes.
John? Or John? Who's your dad?
Jesse Muniz.
Who's your mom?
Sylvia Muniz.
And where do you live?
I live in Harlingen, Texas.
And what school do you go to?
Sam Houston.
Sam Houston all the way?
Huh?
Right.
Sam Houston all the way? Just like Harlingen, Carlos, all the way.
I want to introduce you to my tia. What is your name?
Teresa Muniz.
Teresa Muniz. And who are you married to?
Ofelio Muniz.
Ofelio Muniz. El primero.
Mero.
What year were you married?
When?
What year?
1939.
1939. How many kids did you have?
8.
8 kids.
5 girls and 3 boys.
All right. Do you have a funny story for us?
No.
Una historia.
Later.
Okay. Teresa, I'm talking to you.
I'm getting serious now.
Who's your daddy? 2. Who are you?
I'm your father's my uncle.
Okay,
Odelia.
but Odelia?
Dolia Carrizales.
I know that, but tell the camera.
Oh, okay. Dolia Carrizales' daughter, Odelia Vasquez. I'm second to the oldest. Live in Houston, have 3 kids. We're here, but they're gone now. So, yeah. It's so good to see you.
So good to see you.
You know, here.
When are you coming to California?
Pretty soon, I think maybe in a year or so.
Oh,
I'll
yeah?
be seeing Lela.
All right,
We'll
come
go
on
up to see you.
That'd be great.
Sure.
I want you to ask, tell the camera who you are.
My name is Carmen Muniz Mendiondo. Mendiondo.
And your parents?
Claudio y Eva Muniz.
Okay. How many children do you have?
3 boys and a girl and 5 beautiful grandsons.
All right.
Beautiful, yes.
Do you have a funny story?
Oh, let's see. I've got a red-headed son-in-law. In spite of being, Mexicanos, he's the oddball of the family. He's a red-headed, puro Mexicano.
Puro Mexicano,
Yes.
all right.
Hi, how are you? Oh my goodness.
Hi. Tell us your name.
I am Maria Luisa Muniz Lozano. I have 4 children.
4 children?
Uh-huh.
How many grandchildren?
I don't have any grandchildren. I just,
Do you have a funny story for us about your dad or
not
about Herman?
Herman.
She was just talking about the crib.
I was talking about the what?
The crib?
Oh, yes. Well, my father is a pack rat, and I take after my father. I save string, and I save odds and ends, because I may need them sometime. And about 30 years later, then I discovered that I really don't need that, and so... Anyway, I have a baby crib in my father's attic. And so I said, Dad, I want to take this home with me. It's mine, it's my kids. And so I said, okay. So we bring it down, we take it outside and put it on the porch. And I can't take it home because I don't have a pickup to take in. And so it has a little baby crib mattress, and it's torn. And I said, Dad, let's get rid of this mattress. And he says, well, no, because we might need it, And so that mattress is there for about a month, and he won't throw it away. And so that's what he wanted me to tell you about the baby crib. We're just pack rats. My father's a pack rat, and I took after him. But,
We are too. I would like to say something about Maria Luisa here. Last night, or the day before yesterday, I told her that I had a surprise for her. And I didn't tell her last night, but then she asked me to go over there to her this afternoon and asked me, well, what's the surprise? And I said, well, didn't you see yourself in a slide as the first cheerleader in Harlingen, a Mexican-American with the Harlingen Cardinal.
All right.
That's right. I'm pretty proud of that. Yes, I was so surprised to see it. I don't have that picture, I don't think, but I remember giving it to Freddie, Dr. Muniz. And I guess when you went to take pictures of it, Clement had it in her collection.
Sure did.
So I saw myself there when I was a young girl.
18?
I must have been 17.
All right.
17 years old when I saw that. So it was real nice. It was quite a surprise. A very pleasant surprise.
We're very proud of you.
Well, thank you very much. I'm proud of you too.
Come here. I've been here talking to everybody already.
No. Come here. would like to formally, in front of you all, thank him for that slide presentation that he made for us last night. You know, it was beautiful, and everybody was there looking at it, and nobody wanted to dance because they wanted to see each other, you know, there on the wall, you know. What do you think about that?
No, that was a great thing. That was a wonderful thing. It's put a lot of work. It was well worth it because you're going to have a treasure on your property, a treasure. Believe me. And I wish I could be perhaps part of that treasure.
Claudio?
I agree with Nello. Thank you.
That's a microphone. That's a microphone.
Oh, pass it down.
That's a microphone.
Like that drink, but like
microphone. Okay.
No, I agree with Nello. I think that this family reunion was a very emotional reunion in the sense that it was only for the Muniz family, but of course we do belong to the Gutierrez family, and I'll say it again. I think that we're top notch and second to none. But this reunion 88, like I said last night, was a tremendous success in a way that I think we're closer together, and we should continue being together. And hopefully, 3 years from now, we'll have another one, and there'll be. I hope there's always room for improvements. You know?
That's true. And another thing is this: is that we should recognize the people that were key people involved in this. There was a lot of work behind that was probably never recognized, but I would like to recognize it at this time. Even the slideshow. People don't know exactly what he went through just to get those slides. Going into people's home asking for old photographs, being in there sweating, hot, unbelievable circumstances. This is just one area. The person that was involved in entertainment, the person who was involved for the barbecue, for the dances, for gathering together, bingo, just a simple thing like that. It was just wonderful, I tell you. It was just wonderful, and I'd like to give them my thanks, personally, on behalf of myself and my family.
Who are they?
There was too many of them to be mentioned individually. But like I'm saying, the slideshow, for example,
Part of the overall.
the initial idea of having a family reunion, and I know this for a fact, it was Claudio and Herman. It was over a beer, but it was over for what? That was the
Mo
initial.
was very instrumental. I think
After that segment, we did the reunion.
we got together. Right? We got together, and here's the final product of that conference and
conversation. It just started, and it snowballed. And people like Maria Luisa, people like Lupita, Vela, people like Robert and Lupita Muniz, and the Herman, they were just instrumental.
Everybody pulled together.
That's true. They didn't think they could pull it together, and they found out different. Beautiful success. Beautiful success.
The best thing that I can say, Primos, like I said, all of us, not only the Munizes, but the Velas, and the Gutierrez, Lozanos, and everything, I think that was the most, to me, the key point of this reunion. Everything was fine, but the key point was the mass, the service that we had out there. I think it was very emotional. To me, it was the highlight of the whole procedure because we are a religious family, and Mama Petrita was very, very instrumental in building this parochial, the church, the schools, and the community in itself. I think that says a lot for her. And we have not recognized her other than within internal amongst ourselves. I think that we should go and pay tribute to her in another manner where there would be, I would say, immortality in the city of Harlingen. And I think we're going to go on that ground. Maybe a school under her name, a park, a street, or whatever. But we're thinking big. And this is where we're going to go.
Roland Muniz III.
Go Cardinals.
Who's your grandfather or
Modesto
grandmother?
Muniz.
Met you yet?
Yeah.
You tell them a funny story yet?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know if you got Pauline here on tape. Rolly. This is Nello's wife. The one with all the funny stories. She probably has a few stories to tell us.
No, I don't have anything to say.
I guess not.
I have nothing to say. A lot to say. A lot to say. Well, just thanks for everybody coming, and really the whole thing was a success because everybody came. That's what makes it a success. Not me, not one person, everybody. Well, the efforts, well, it was all out of love for everybody, and just to get everybody together, you know, like when we were kids. So, thank you.
I want to personally thank Janie for all the work. I mean, I can't believe how much work you did in putting this thing together. It's incredible. And we really appreciate it. The whole family loves you, and you showed your love for the family with everything you did. And I know how much work you did. It was incredible. I'm really impressed.
Well, it was a team effort, you know.
And I know that, but I saw you working late at work night and having little details, and I really appreciate it. I didn't mean to hog the show.
Okay.
I just want to thank you.
Oh my gosh. Okay, for what?
Who are you?
I'm Amarita Muniz.
And?
Married to Claudio Muniz. I have 3 children, Miriam, Melba, and Trey. And
What do you do for a living?
I'm a professor at Pan American University.
All right.
14 years.
We're very proud of you.
Thank you.
And we're really thankful for having us over today, and I know you put a lot of work into this.
It's been our pleasure, and I'm looking forward to the next one.
All right, me too.
I love you.
Me too.
What's your name? Who's your father? Your grandmother?
Like 10 questions here. She hasn't answered one yet.
I'll never forget that.
They'll put me on this camera. I don't have one. I don't have one.
Who are you?
I'm Miriam Muniz III. That's it.
Who's your
Claudio's daughter. Claudio and Amarita. Story about...
I don't know. I would elaborate, but... Come on, man.
Put it on hold.
Have a story.
I know that.
What is it? Just say your name.
Well, I'm Melba Muniz, Claudio Muniz's daughter.
You got Eric. Eric, tell him what's your name.
Michael.
What?
Paul Muniz.
Who's your father?
Chewy.
Chewy what?
Muniz.
And who's your mother?
Sylvia Muniz.
And do you have a new daughter? A new sister?
I don't have a daughter, I have a new sister.
You have a new sister, okay.
Amanda Muniz.
Positive events. Yeah. They go on top of the attic, it's warmer over there. Yeah, that's the insulation over here. We were up there. I stayed just up there, man, you know, on the ladder, and I was looking at them like that. And then, yo, I take it. Was walking, man, and he was walking the beams, the 2x4s going up. He was walking up, and he finally stepped into the sheetrock, man. When he stepped into the sheetrock, man, boom, man, he went right
shit, we got to this big. I said, when does this guy come to the end of this?
¿Me lo teléfono?
What did you
Ya.
What did
Están
you
esperando a Johnny. No. Están esperando a Johnny Galindo.